Hi YouTube, it's me, Morten, and today I wanted to sit down and give a little rapid fire review about the GPX2 that Logitech recently released, and I want to talk about, spec by spec, feature by feature, give a realistic expectation and realistic review of what the mouse is actually like, why you should or shouldn't buy it, and who it is for. To start off with, let's talk about what the new GPX2 brings to the table that the GPX1 doesn't have. So for starters, we finally have USB-C. Everyone. It's only been 5 years, but we have USB-C now and it's here to stay, luckily. Next up is we have their new optomechanical switches for the main triggers, which, long story short, completely eliminates the double-clicking issues and various other issues we've had for years now because of the on-run switches that Logitech had previously been using in things like the G Pro Superlight, the G Pro Wireless, the G502, stuff like that, completely eliminated now. The side buttons are significantly crispier, tighter, the pre-travel is significantly less, but there's still a lot of post-travel, just like the old ones. We also have the exact same shape as before, and the Superlight has been on a diet, guys, a diet. Last time you saw this, it weighed 63 grams, but now, in its new and improved form after going to the gym and hitting up various dealers for natural enhancements, it has lost 3 entire grams of weight. 3. And now for the worst part of this video, where I have to rip apart the GPX2. And I think we should start off with the USB-C port. I am super happy that we have the USB-C port. However, it is completely inexcusable that it took them 4 to 5 years to get an engineer to put on a USB-C charging port on their GPX board. Seriously, I'm not going to let you off the hook for it. It is almost asinine that it took you guys this long, but I'm glad that it's here. Next up is the scroll wheel. The scroll wheel on the GPX2 is the exact same as the original Superlight, which in layman's terms means that it's complete ass. It doesn't have clearly defined rigid steps, they're kind of mushy, and you're significantly more likely to accidentally scroll up or down while you're just regularly using the mouse when you didn't intend for it to be a full scroll on this mouse than you are on anyone else. And I think that is completely inexcusable for a mouse of this caliber and this price. Next up, we have the bottom of the mouse. So on the back, what you're going to see is there's going to be a new different PTFE foot shape, and I think that shape has no practical purpose other than change for the sake of change, because the glide difference between an original Superlight and a Superlight 2 is completely the same with the stock feet. These do nothing, and they only serve to screw over third-party manufacturers that like to make aftermarket PTFE or glass gates, because they're going to have to do extra R&D now specifically because Logitech decided so. Next up, let's take a look at the sensor. So the sensor is a new and improved version of the Hero sensor, and the only main difference between the old and the new one is that this one just has 32,000 DPI instead of what, like 26,000, 25,000? And there's no reason for them to do this. There's no practical purpose beyond 3200 DPI, and unless you're one of 0.0.0.0000001% that actually needs above 3200 DPI, then it's just marketing, and it has no practical use whatsoever. And last but not least, my absolute favorite cope/scam that the market has today, 2000 Hz polling rate. So for those of you not in the know, if you don't own a monitor that's 240 Hz or above, your monitor simply doesn't display enough frames per millisecond for you to be able to tell the difference between 1000 and 2000 or above polling rate. This then brings me to the verdict of the video. This is not a GPX2, this is a GPX 1.5. This is a scam. I voted with my wallet like an idiot, and I bought this up. There is no excuse for the scroll wheel to be this garbage in this day and age, at this price point, and at this caliber. There is no excuse for them having taken 4 or 5 years to get USB-C charging. There's no excuse for them to have changed the foot layout. And while I still am going to main it because of the shape and because of the wireless charging feature, don't buy it. I made a mistake, I'm sticking with it, but I think at this current moment, unless you 1, really want it, 2, you find it on a massive discount, and we're talking 40% plus, or 3, your current gaming mouse is brokey and you really need a new one, then you shouldn't buy this. Any other reason for why, it's kind of stupid and you're voting with your wallet wrong. With that being said, if you guys agree or disagree, feel free to tell me why in the comments, and until next time, have a good one.